somewhat poor humour myself. Being in recovery from a mild flux to the head, I assumed my most officious manner. "You asked him his business, of course?" "I did, but he declined to favour me with the particulars." "Then bid him come in, and have someone bring cakes and sack." "He'll not stay to supper." "What do you mean? You asked him?" "It was a question, not a statement." Childers was at his most tiresome that day. At Theldon we attributed his demeanour to the damp weather. "But I will ask if you wish." Before I could summon a riposte, he left the room. At the first sight of John Jessop, I was taken aback. A man of barely 50 years, he looked older. Indeed, his hair had almost whitened since my last fleeting encounter with him in Foregate Street a year or so before. Jessop seldom left his seat at Sackersley, and deep-dyed papist though he was, despised and shunned by some men of my acquaintance, I pitied him. When I invited him to join me by the fire, he sat down gratefully. He was cold, even from his short journey, which was unsurprising given the condition of his old riding-cloak. But his manner owed little to the weather. He was, I perceived, in some torment. "Forgive me, Justice Belstrang," he said. "I've no wish to tax you with my troubles, but I fear you're the only one hereabouts who will listen to me." "I am sure you know I'm no longer a justice," I said, trying to put the man at ease. "We've known each other long enough, have we not, despite the tiresome matter of religion that divides us?" For a moment he looked quite shocked. Religion, far from being in any manner tiresome, was everything to a man like him. He had paid heavily for his faith. Those who had seen inside the old crumbling manor of Sackersley spoke of leaking roofs. Furniture and hangings sold off to pay fines. The few remaining servants dressed in threadbare livery, bound by little more than common faith with their master and mistress. Catherine Jessop was never seen. Some even said she was dead, and buried secretly in a shroud filled with consecrated earth. "I have not come to speak of religion," he said, "but on a matter of personal need. I'm here as a father, like you, who I'm certain would spare nothing in the pursuit of his child's well-being." I made no answer. He made me think of my daughter, Anne, whom I had not seen in more than 4 years. But since he must have meant only his surviving child, a son of about 19, I put the thought aside and let him continue. Whereupon he reached inside his sleeve and produced a folded paper. "I received this by carrier today. It was sent from London, where it appears Thomas has been for some months. His mother and I fear something terrible has occurred. Will you read it in confidence, and assure me of your keeping private counsel? I believe you are a man of honour, despite the loose reputation you have gained of late in certain quarters." He levelled a gaze at me, not so much imploring me as challenging me. To be true to my word, I assumed. I was weary now, as several thoughts arose in rapid succession. Imprimis, by allowing a Catholic to confide in me, I might lay myself open to charges of collusion. Secundus, I recalled that Thomas Jessop was a hothead, a tightly wound youth whose father had been at pains to keep on a leash, and who might have committed some offence. Tertius, the loose reputation Jessop spoke of, referred to my servant Hester, companion to my late wife, who was assumed by most to be my concubine, though I cared naught for idle gossip. And, Quartus, Jessop's wife was alive after all. "You risk a great deal trusting someone like me," I said finally. "No more, then, would you, if it touched on your child's life," he said. Then, speaking low, "I even fear Thomas may be dead."